Hey YouTube, Greater35 here, and welcome to Fantasy Update number 5. And as you can see here, I won week 5. So, and as you can see here, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I essentially won with McManus, Lewis, and Brady on the Broncos defense. So I forgot about them. And the minute I say I do not trust Odell Beckham with San Francisco, you're freaking gets 1840 fantasy points. So this week, I essentially got the same as last week, although I do have Odell Beckham on wide receiver. I got Randall Cobb, Tyler Eifert, James Jones, Blake Bortles, Charcandrick West, hard to pronounce his name, Devontae Adams, Cooper with a bye week, and Willie Snead and Richard Rodgers on the bench, and then McManus and Broncos again. And this one I moved in the first place because this guy was in first and he lost. So I got Teddy Bridgewater, Andre Ellington, T.J. Yielding, Antonio Brown, Alshon Jeffrey, Tyler Eifert, Fitzgerald for my main guys, and then bench is Mariota, Corwell, James Starks, Devontae Adams, Bryant, Willie Snead again, and Zach Hawker, and the Bengals defense. Week 5 was kind of a crazy game. If it'll load. I had Drew Brees, which I probably should not have done, but he still gave me 15 points. Alshon Jeffrey was the only dud I had with this one. And then I should have started Eifert because he got me 21 points for the bench. So yeah. And look how bad the first place guy beforehand lost by. The dud he had on here was Alfred Morris, Clay, Pierre Garçon. Yeah, you pretty much had a few duds. You probably should have started Murray and Carlos Hyde. Although Tyrod Taylor was the one guy. I should say everyone had a few duds last week. And this one I lost. But anyway, for this week, I got Tyrod Taylor, Chris Ivory, Ronnie Hillman, who I should probably drop. I don't know. Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Gronkowski, and Eric Decker for the bench. Vic, Sankey, Bolden, Bryant, Deshaun Jackson, James Jones, Chandler for kicker, who I should have probably done that earlier, and the Panthers defense. And let's see and you guys will see how close I lost last week. Or well, not close, it was by 10 points-ish. But yeah, I lost 78 to 86. Yeah, my duds were Hillman, Sankey, actually a lot of people. I should have known they would not have started Bryant. I don't know what I was thinking there. And I probably should have started James Jones. Although this guy had a few duds too, also with Clay. Buffalo kicker. Essentially, he was saved by Blake Bortles. That's the only thing that got him. So yeah, I'm 2 Whoop, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so next is this one. I got Carson Palmer, Mark Ingram, Hillman again, Fitzgerald, Brown, Antonio Gates, Antoine Bolden. And for the bench is Bortles, Chris Johnson, Stephen Ridley, who is free agent for some reason, Bishop Sankey, and Bryant again. And then Chandler Catanzaro for kicker, and then the Patriots defense. And I think this one was the one I had the highest. Nope, never mind. Not the highest points of the week. Again, the dud here was Hillman, Antonio Brown, Bryant, and Ingram. And Hawker, apparently. Should have started Johnson. Although this guy had a ton of duds, including Peyton Manning. Essentially, the only guy who got 10 plus points on his team was Gore and the Eagles defense. That was essentially it. His bench wasn't bad either. But yeah, he had a ton of duds on that team. Next up, come on. I got Blake Bortles, Adrian Peterson, Hillman, Eric Decker, James Jones, Antonio Gates, and Antonio Andrews. And for the bench, Russell Wilson, John Brown, Bryant, Steve Smith, and Terrence Williams. And kicker, Zach Hawker, and Patriots defense. Not sure if I should trust Zach again this week. Yeah. Ooh, that's not. Oh, and of course I'm going up against the undefeated guy this week. I don't know what this guy was thinking because he had a few guys that ended up. Actually, this guy had 2 guys with a bye week on his team. What he was saying, I don't know. Although I think he's one of those guys that just drafts and doesn't really care. That drafts and hopefully he gets some good out of it. Yeah, again, duds were Hillman, Sankey, Hawker. Everyone else was pretty good, although Russell Wilson and Michael Vick didn't do all that well. Next up is the only one that I am still undefeated in. I got Tom Brady, Justin Forsett, C.J. Spiller, Thomas, Antonio Brown, Richard Rodgers, and Fitzgerald for the main thing. And for bench is Vic Hill, David Johnson, Stephen Ridley, Artavius Bryant, and Brandon LaFell, of all people, was a free agent. What the heck, guys? And then McManus for kicker. And then Bengals defense. And I'm facing the 1-4 guy, so although that's a pretty close game, 122 to 115. if you read that correctly. Yeah, I essentially mostly won because Justin Forsett and Tom Brady, who scored a good 48 points alone. So yeah, duds were Hill, Thomas, surprisingly, Brown again, Richard Rodgers, who I thought was going to get in the end zone at least once. But then again, this guy had a ton of duds, including Amir Abdullah and Clay, along with the Ravens defense. Yeah, so made some good pickups after all, and then yeah, I'm still trying to get Brandon LaFell in this one. If I consider the fact I think I have too many Patriots on this one, but you can't have too many Patriots on one team. So, and here I'm saying that, and I'm a Raiders fan, no matter how bad they are. Yeah, this is probably another one of those guys that is just one of those guys that just comes in, drafts players, and then doesn't do a thing after that. Because look, he hasn't changed his lineup whatsoever yet. Also considering that he has Brian Murray on his team, on his start one still. So yeah. Alright, so that's my lineup for this week. Leave a like, subscribe, and all that other stuff. Bye.